Everybody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitch when we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I'll never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me murder.
For another episode of Brooklyn's Balance, you guys said that you needed that balance, and I think that we found it. We are here with another episode. Realize last episode I forgot to introduce ourselves. It's me, your girl Meekz. We got Zayy, right? And we got
Mark Bizzle in the building.
Right, the editor. Make sure you put that there. So right now, this conversation is, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is about communication. Can you guys give me a definition of what you think communication is? Well, not what you think. Give me the definition of communication.
Communication, right?
A little quiet.
Very simply, is a way to portray your feelings and your thoughts between two different people or more. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get it together, understand each other.
There you go. You said it.
Okay, let's see where his communication lies.
Said it.
Communication is verbally, physically, emotionally being written down or acted out a feeling or something that you're trying to say. This is where the lines of communication differ between men and women. So I do feel like there's different levels of communication. A lot of people say it's how you say it's how you say it, it's not what you say. For me, it's what you say, and I really don't give a damn how you say it. Do y'all feel like that?
For me, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like it's definitely a mixture of both.
Talk to me with respect at the same time.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
an argument, you want somebody to talk to you with respect?
Because throughout, no matter what we talking about, I'm going to be...
Well, yeah, absolutely. If you don't want certain situations to go left, then it's got to be respect both ways.
Mm-hmm. We can be mad at each other without wilding on each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you take it there, then I'm gonna take it there.
And most of the time, if it leads to somebody kind of wilding out on each other, is because the communication is being misinterpreted somewhere, and that's where miscommunication comes in.
And sometimes it be so simple, so simple. You reading into something that has nothing to be read into.
Again, different levels. I'm a big person of actions speak louder than words. You can tell me something, but I read body language, and I read what you do next and what you do next. And I find that a lot of females do that as well. So you might go, yeah, I'm sorry, and still sit there like this. Y'all ever find yourself in those predicaments? Or probably didn't even realize it because you thought it was so simple, but we saw something else.
We probably do. If I'm going to keep it 100, yeah, we probably do. And in that moment, we probably didn't realize it because we didn't necessarily see it as that, because like you said, it's different levels of communication when it comes to men and women. So you start, like you said, you read body language. Most of the time for us men, we speak more so than actually looking into body language. That's something that we look into next, right after
honestly,
we get our words
out. Like I said what I said. It's like if I told you I was sorry, how bad do you want me to feel? Does it make you feel better that I look like I feel bad? Because then that's for you. That's
because sometimes that can't be forced.
Like,
they gotta be
natural.
natural.
Why do I have to I feel bad, but my body's not gonna be like.
Because how we see it is, if we are apologizing in that sense, then we really do mean it, or we actually wouldn't even say it. Now I understand that there are some dudes out there that would just say it just to say it in that moment, and they probably don't mean it. But it's a lot of dudes out there that they really come to the point where if they are apologizing, they do mean it.
That's so communication. I know who you're talking to.
Not even relationship wise, just communication amongst people. So you're at work, right? And somebody does something, and they go, I'm sorry for being late. The next 2 days they show up late. That's not an action. Your actions speak louder than your words.
No, you're definitely right about that.
No, you're definitely
because you're not changing anything.
That's the point. But so even if you're in a relationship, it should still be handled the same way.
Right.
Don't tell me because work has standards and expectations. So does our relationship. And that's the problem, because you're like, oh, I know this person. I know who I'm filtering my conversation to. Women handle everything the same. We handle work the same way we handle outside life, the same way we handle friendships, the same way we handle relationships. It sounds like you guys break everything up differently.
in my relationship, it's very much different from my job because it's not professional. In my relationship, that is my friend and also at the same time, my partner. So it's like we talk differently. But she knows that my apologies are genuine and I treat her with utmost respect. So it's not even the same type of conversation I would have at work. Actions do speak loud in my house.
Not so much of the conversation you have at work, but like if somebody's doing wrong, you're correcting an action. That's
all that happens
what
in my
I mean.
house. It's like when I say sorry in my crib,
Right.
that comes with the correction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't have to go through the same protocol that you would at work for the proper formal apology.
It's basically just getting to the point where that person has to learn to take accountability.
Facts.
That's just really what it is at the end of the day. And that could work in both environments, whether it's at home or at work. It just, for us, it just may go about in different ways.
Like I said, I don't have time for the extra when I'm at home. I show it. If I'm sorry, I show it. But I'm not gonna do the show. I'm not gonna make it look big so you can feel that sympathy for me. That's what people do. They make that sadness big. I'm so sorry.
I don't think females look for that. What I'm saying is when it comes to work and how you work sets up a guideline, right? When you need to talk to somebody or you need to correct the action, you're gonna go, hey, I need to speak to you for a second, right? You pull them to the side and you list everything that you felt was wrong according to a guideline. You said, well, when I'm at home and I'm in my relationship, I ain't got time for all of that. That's a problem for me. I'm not saying that you got to speak to me at work. That's me using the example. It's, hey, in the middle of this movie, let me pause it. I need to speak to you about something. Something that you said bothered me. And I just wanted to make sure that this was being addressed. That's a better level of communication than going, yo, I ain't like that shit that you did to me. And it's like, how am I coming up to you? This is how I am. If you approach both situations the same, I guarantee you'll get a better outcome. It's just one place is structured and in a relationship, we're just sitting here just like, well, I know this person. I sleep with them every night. I've done this. Yes, women do that too. Sometimes you get home, you get comfortable, and you're like, girl,
that situation
let me touch bitch. Let me, you know?
That situation that you just mentioned is ideal in, in a lot of situations, but it just so happens that, just like you just said, it doesn't really happen. That second example that you just mentioned, that's mostly what happens. In those personal situations.
Right, but I'm gonna set the guideline of that's how I want to be spoken to.
Right.
That's how I want our conversation to begin or end, because then that lets me know that this is serious. Because 90% of our conversations in a relationship end up being an argument. It's not a conversation. A lot of us don't know how to communicate in a conversation. We're communicating in an argument, and the reason being is because the way that you just approached me. We're at home, I'm comfortable, I don't have time for all of that. He said, nah, it's a guideline. Yo, we need to talk about this. Rather than, yo, that shit that you did, I ain't fucking appreciate that, But you don't have to, but it gives that persona to now the other side that now is being perceived as an argument. And that's when I said I read body language. Once you go and you do that, now I know what side of the fence to stand on. Now it's like, I can sit here, we can talk like we got tea and crumpets, or this about to get real love in hip hop. You understand? And I think that's what that's what men don't realize. Your introduction is everything to me. And you may introduce it that way, and then now I'm matching you, and why you getting all hostile? You already forgot how you walked in the door to me. You didn't approach me like this. I just want to correct something that's not an issue. Y'all start that. I have to be honest.
Here's the irony.
Well, I can understand it because, like I said before, it could be something that we did do and we didn't realize it because we don't really put that much credence into body language. I can personally take account for that.
Right, but hold on. Here's the irony of the conversation.
Even though I can't speak for other men.
Topic, right? Even in our conversation right now, as we're putting out our ideas and she's perceiving her ideas, she's not actually listening to the ideas, but correcting the ideas.
I think
that's a similar thing to how relationships go. Because I may say something, and then you'll perceive it a certain way, and then flip it with your corrections, and then fix what I didn't do.
I think that's a you thing. I think what I did was I listened to what you said, and I gave you an example of
the
female side of. I gave an exact example of how females see it. Because I corrected you, your perception of me is that I'm always a corrector. So that's how you took that. I listened to everything that you said, and I said, but now what if? And I'm telling you, this is how that made me feel. You can't then come back what made me feel how I felt and go, well, see, you wasn't listening to me. No, because I answered everything that you said. I actually used what you said against you, facts for fact, and said, you said you handle work better, but you come home and you like, I'm not doing all that. Why are you not putting the same energy into me that you would put into be at work?
Because you
still gotta work.
I'm saying. You're switching what I said. What I said is I don't handle them the same.
But you should.
But why?
Because people are people. But when you meet somebody and you date somebody, you interview them, correct? The same way like a job.
Better than my job relationship.
We're talking about, cut the work part out. It's guidelines. Relationships have guidelines. You like certain things that your partner does and certain things that you don't like that your partner does, or whatever the case may be. Right? There's a guideline. There's a paper set up there on a computer that you can go back to in your mind.
Depending on the relationship, yes.
Right.
It is very much so different.
Approach it that way. It will bring out a different side to a partner. A lot of females like that. My next point, there's different types of communication. There's talking. There's physical communication. There's emotional. And that's why I say I'm more of a body language person. Because everybody got words. You learn how to speak right after you walk.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure that your feet walking to do the work. Because anybody can say what they want to say. So I'm probably a more tougher person to deal with because I'm not jacking that. Anybody can tell me that. Do y'all agree that there's different forms of communication, or do y'all just want to stick to what y'all just said, which I heard was you want to talk and this is how you want to handle that here?
No, I agree with that. I do.
When do we say that?
When it was like, hey, when it comes to talking, your body language. That's what I brought up, body language, and y'all both was kind of like, yeah, well, I said what I said, and it's like, I gotta work on that.
That's like, we actually never went further into it. We had two forms, and then we kind of just stopped to kind of...
Right, but now we're at the point of types of communication. Do you agree that there's different types of communication?
Yes.
Yeah.
What types of communication do you guys accept?
All forms, to be honest with you.
What do you like? If you had to tell a female that.
Tell me what you want.
That's
tell me what you want.
You see, that's a broken communication barrier to me. Because I'm asking you what you want, and you're telling me. I asked you... What for? If you're talking to a female,
what communication do I want from her? I want her to tell me.
I would just ask for a female just to be forward with me. If you're telling me something in any kind of form and I don't necessarily understand and I ask you what you mean, just let me know what you mean.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when we do have certain forms of communication, we're expected to figure certain things out. When it's like, boy, if we ask the question because we really want to know.
I'm not Sherlock Holmes.
You know that's just how I see it.
Clues and hints. I'm not Scooby-Doo, bro. We're not doing this. Tell me what you need from me.
So y'all just want a direct line of communication?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Put it on the table.
So different types of communication for people, before I say females, people, we like that physical touch. We like the talking, the stares. I want you to give me compliments. So when I ask, what forms of communication do you guys want? I just want you to directly tell me what it is. I directly want you to tell me what it is. I want to sit down. I want to spend quality time. Let's watch something. I want love letters. I want you to text me and check on me every couple of hours or whatever the case. That's what I want. And y'all simply just said, all I want you to just tell me what you want. I asked what y'all want, and y'all didn't hear me. Y'all told me, y'all diverted it right back to the female. Tell me what you want. I can't figure out what you want. But now in this moment, I asked y'all, what forms of communication would you like a female to give you? You see where that barrier is broken at? Y'all say we don't hear. I hear you, and I just provide you with more.
No, because
and y'all just like, nah, it's straightforward to me.
Because that's what it is. Most of the time, we're not really asking for a lot of those same things. For the most part, okay, you said that you want to be texted and checked upon him from time to time. I think automatically, we as people, we all want that. That's probably one of the.
But like you said, you gotta directly tell me that. I can't assume. I'm asking you, what do you want?
No, yeah, and I get that.
I directly asked you.
So that's definitely something that I would be looking for. Just call me, text me, check up on me just to make sure that I'm good.
You want a compliment when you get your hair cut? You want me to let you go out with your friends?
That I
you
would
want a little
definitely
love
want,
note?
yes.
You want a happy birthday post on your birthday? You want me to touch you when you come out the gym and go, ooh, what forms of communication? And the fact that I had to say it again, sometimes when you say it directly to y'all still don't get it. I said it directly.
No, it's not that we don't
but
get
y'all
it.
get mixed up with everything else I said.
No, it's not that you don't get it. It's when you mention those specifics. Me personally, it's like, okay, I don't necessarily want
Your
that.
question is extra detailed. Here's why men and women.
It's more like this. It's more. No, wait, hold on. It's more like this, right? So what would happen is, sometimes we get those things without necessarily saying that we want them, and we would accept it because it's nice. It's just something nice to get, but it's not something that we can say that we necessarily want. Because then now, if we were to stop you from doing something like that, we might get looked at as crazy and be like, yo, you just came out of the gym, you just worked out, yo, you don't want to get a compliment, you don't want nobody to tell you that you look good. It might not be necessary for some of us. There might be some men that actually do want that, and I get that some people don't say it, but some of us, we don't necessarily look for that. But if we get it, it's nice, so we appreciate it. Or we show some type of appreciation, we say thank you or whatever it is towards it. But there's certain things where it's kind of like, okay, I get it. Check up on me. Make sure that I'm good. If anything, especially us, I don't want to make this a racial thing, but as black men, that's probably the number one thing that we look for. Just make sure that we're good. That's it.
Every time you ask a nigga if he good, I'm good. What you gonna do if I'm not good? Man, bitch, I don't know. Because I'm communicating and you're not giving me a fucking answer.
I can't speak to that.
What do you need? You need a plate? You need weed? Like, bitch, you gotta say it.
We communicate differently.
And that's my point.
It's like, y'all need so much extra detail.
You're right.
And it's like, when I tell you I want to be loved, that's what I mean. I want to be loved.
But
I get it. That is
when I say I want to be loved, I want to be loved how you love me. The way you showed me you love me.
People have different ways of showing it. I could slap you upside your head.
But that's not how we were established. If that's how we were established, then keep doing that. If I told you I loved you after you slapped me in the head, then that's the rest of my life. But that's how we living. I shouldn't have to tell you every day, hey babe, I don't really like this. Because I told you 3 weeks ago I didn't like that.
Right.
I'd rather sit here and break it down to you all the time. And then, why so much detail? We not writing an essay?
I'm going to end it off here. People grow, times change, certain things that you do, they may not be accustomed to no more, or it may be something else that you want to like. And that be the problem sometimes in relationships. Y'all want it to stay the same all the time, and us as females, we start to see other things that we want to grow. I don't want to keep tapping you on the head, or I don't want you to keep doing those things to me. We at a different level, and that's the problem when it comes to the communication. You just want to stick here and say, this is the boundaries that I've set up, and this is what we're doing. No, it's like a job. I'm going to go back. There's a 30, 60, 90. We always have to reevaluate. I can be with you for 3-4 years, but them 3-4 years was fun. What we about to do the next 3 to 4 years? Because if you're going to continue to keep doing the shit that you're doing, I don't want to deal with it. And just another prime thing that I'm going to finish it off with. Women show you what the fuck they want by doing it to you. So if I touch you a lot, I want to be touched a lot. If I compliment you a lot, I want to be complimented a lot. That's a form of communication to us, and until y'all are able to understand that, then yeah, there's always gonna feel like that disconnect of we're not listening to you. We be listening to you. So thank you guys for watching this episode. I had to school them again on how to deal with these females on Can You Hear Me Now. We'll be back with another episode. We out.